Good evening. The government shutdown has entered its 7th day, leaving federal offices eerily quiet across the country. When Congress fails to pass funding, non-essential services halt, national parks close, passport applications stall, and hundreds of thousands of federal employees are furloughed without pay. National parks close, passport applications stall, and hundreds of thousands of federal employees are furloughed without pay. Essential workers like air traffic controllers and law enforcement remain on the job but face uncertainty about their next paycheck. The shutdown's impact ripples through local economies as workers cut back on spending. About 750,000 federal workers are caught in a political standoff, facing immediate financial strain. Mortgages, groceries, and bills don't pause, forcing families to dip into savings or take on debt. The core issue, lawmakers' failure to compromise on a budget, a recurring conflict that disrupts lives nationwide. Each day the impasse drags on, pressure mounts, not just on politicians, but on the families who bear the brunt of this legislative failure. The shutdown is more than a headline. It's a crisis for those who keep our country running. Hopes for a quick end to the shutdown faded as the Senate failed to hold a vote to reopen the government. The deadlock centers on Democrats demanding an extension of Affordable Care Act tax credits, while Republicans insist on reopening the government first. Both sides accuse each other of holding the process hostage, leaving federal workers unpaid and the public frustrated. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer blames House Republicans, who remain on recess, for stalling progress. The Senate's inability to even vote on proposals highlights the deep partisan divide. For Democrats, it's about protecting healthcare. For Republicans, it's about restoring government operations. As rhetoric hardens, compromise seems distant, and federal workers remain caught in the crossfire. The shutdown has become a proxy battle over broader political differences. A leaked White House memo has shaken federal workers, casting doubt on whether they'll receive back pay after the shutdown. The memo questions the legal obligation to compensate 750,000 furloughed employees, a break from past precedent. Critics see this as a pressure tactic to force Democrats' hand, escalating tensions. The administration's Office of Management and Budget has also threatened mass firings and withholding funds from certain states. Even some Republicans warn this strategy could backfire, alienating workers and intensifying opposition. Former President Trump's vague comments on back pay have only fueled anxiety, suggesting political loyalty could influence compensation. For federal workers, the idea that their pay depends on politics is deeply unsettling. The memo has turned a financial crisis into a fight over fairness and trust. At the center of the back pay debate is the Government Employee Fair Treatment Act of 2019, which was meant to guarantee retroactive pay for furloughed workers. The White House now questions whether this law is binding, citing technicalities. Lawmakers who supported the bill insist its intent is clear. Payment is mandatory. Senator Susan Collins and Senator Brian Schatz both argue the law leaves no room for doubt. Despite reassurances from Republican leaders, the issue is used to pressure Democrats to end the shutdown. The debate has shifted from spending to whether Washington will honor its promises to federal workers. For those affected, legal arguments matter less than the immediate threat to their livelihoods. The reliability of bipartisan agreements is now in question. Federal workers wonder if their paychecks are just another bargaining chip. The shutdown's toll is growing. Families face tough choices as paychecks vanish. For many, the loss of income means choosing between rent, medicine, or food. The stress is immense as public servants feel abandoned and used as political pawns. Lawmakers' rhetoric offers little comfort, and frustration with the administration's tactics is rising. The Senate is at a standstill, the House is absent, and the path forward is unclear. One side must yield Democrats on healthcare demands, or Republicans on negotiations before reopening. The White House's stance on back pay has made compromise even harder. As public pressure mounts, leadership and real compromise are urgently needed. The next days are critical. If the stalemate continues, hardship will deepen and services will suffer. For now, the nation waits, hoping leaders can end the crisis and get government and its people back to work.